Hello, this is the next edition of the Captain's Blog. You have to sorry if my laptop moves around, I've got it quite literally on my lap. Right, so I said that I was going to do sort of several different things with the Captain's Blog, and one of these is going to be product reviews. And today I am going to review the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. It's going to be a very brief review, just going over the basics of its pros and cons, as according to me. Excellent game. I played Oblivion. Before that I played Morrowind. If you've played the Elder Scrolls before, get Skyrim, you will like it. If you haven't, play Oblivion first. Reason being that I am going to give Skyrim 8 out of 10. -1 for the giant spiders. I'm not a fan of spiders, and if you aren't either, a word to the wise, there are giant spiders in Skyrim. If you don't like them, just be prepared, because you do fight a couple of, like, Lord of the Rings Shelob style and Shelob size spiders. The other -1 point, which is the big one for me, I take it away for the in-game map system. It's so badly designed. Just the entire in-game interface I don't like. But the map is the main point. Because with the map, it literally, to me, it's like somebody in the graphics department has said, look, we can do all these really good graphics. Let's go to the map department and say, look, we can do you a really good 3D map. And instead of turning around and saying, no, we'll keep the oldie-worldy parchment functionality of the map and the interface, they've turned around and said, yes, let's make it look really good and have absolutely no functionality whatsoever. And that's exactly what's happened with the map. Because the way the map is it's a huge 3D map. It's got clouds going over the top of it, so you can't see any of the paths. And the icon system on the map means that if something is behind a mountain, you can't see it. It looks like it's on top of the mountain because the icons show through the map. So, along the main quest, I was going up to this high Hrothgar place, and I was trying to get to the top of this mountain, and it was only after that I got there and found it wasn't there, after about 2 hours, that I realised it was behind the mountain on the other side. And I was just like, that is so shit in terms of a design, because it completely throws you off. The interface as well is literally just very transparent, white writing, and it's just the way it's set out. I mean, I've got it on the 360, so the button scheme is going to be slightly different, but you press the B button to bring up, like, your compass of your map. It's got your map, your skills, items, and magic. And just looking at it is like, you go into magic, but then you have to press back to go down to the map, and then go back to go up to your item. And it's just, if you're in the middle of a fight, and you want to switch to an item, and you haven't favorited it, and you just think, I've done that before, literally, gone to get a potion, because I haven't favorited it, a healing potion, and in the time it's taken me to get into the map, in literally the few momentary seconds that I get out of it, I've been killed. And it's just really ridiculous in the way that it's laid out. And also the quests aren't under the B button anymore. It's all under the quest, and everything is now all under your start menu. Which is, the quests are another thing, is that you start off doing the main quest. Within about 10 minutes of playing the game, I found myself with a miscellaneous quest list about that long, just because from talking to people, and I just don't think it's set out very well. And also the way that, as I said, there's no sort of oldie-worldy look to all your quest lists and everything. It's all just a big blank black interface, black and white interface. And it just spoils it for me, really, because it's not what I wanted when I bought the game. I was expecting it to be like Oblivion in that sense. But in terms of just the good side of the games, it's fantastic, just in terms of graphics. I mean, the very first thing you see is this huge open landscape, and there's no, I can't see any draw distance. But for me, it's the little details. Like, if you're in a river, there's actually a current. If you're swimming in the river, you have to swim against the current, and it's the lovely little things as well. I did a Dark Brotherhood quest where I had to kill somebody by the river. They fell into the river, and their body was carried down the river, and it just goes over the edge of this waterfall, and I literally was wandering along about half an hour later, and the body floated past, it was still going, because it just stays there and it will just carry on going until it finds somewhere. In terms of your quests, I think they're quite good. There's a few too many for me of the quest where it seems like they say you need to go to this dungeon and find this, you need to go to this castle and find this, you need to go to that fort and find this, and you've got to fight loads of monsters. That gets a bit repetitive after a while. But actually, repetitiveness in Skyrim isn't so bad, because in terms of doing, you have the main storyline for a faction like the Dark Brotherhood or the Thieves Guild or the Mages Guild. But for the Thieves Guild and the Mages Guild, for the Thieves Guild and the Dark Brotherhood, I've only just started doing the Mages Guild storyline. For the Thieves Guild and the Dark Brotherhood, they literally have miniature side quests that are literally like, go here, kill this person, go there, steal that. And it literally is just really repetitive of that. But I like that because there's a sense of realism that that's actually what the guild's like. You know, that the Dark Brotherhood actually just does get people contracting them saying this person needs to be killed, and you go and do it. Whereas in Oblivion, you would go to the Night Mother statue and she would give you a contract that you then had to tell somebody about. You didn't actually get to go and do it yourself. Whereas in this one, you actually do get to go out and do it. And I love the way they've done that, because you really just get a sense of that you're always going to have something to do in the game. And I just get the feeling that this isn't a game I'm going to be easily bored by. I get the feeling even once I've finished all of the quests, I'm still going to find myself something to do in like little miniature repetitive side quests, or just exploring the landscape. I just think that if you like the Elder Scrolls series, you will love Skyrim. However, if you haven't played the Elder Scrolls before, I wouldn't recommend Skyrim as your first introduction to it, because it is with fault, and I think if you're playing a game of that kind for the first time, I think it's a bad game to start with, but it is a fantastic game to get if you think you're going to enjoy it. So yes, Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, 8 out of 10. Don't like the giant spiders or the map system, but other than that, fantastic game. Get it. Well worth it. And that's my product review of Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. I hope you've enjoyed it. This is Captain signing off, and I shall speak to you all soon.